until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
Happy Sunday, T Squad. It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 25 review. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who tagged my name under Zeus scripted television posts. Thank you guys so much. A lot of you showed up for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have not, can you please head over to the Zeus Network's Instagram page and tag me under their post where it says Zeus Scripted. Zeus is currently looking for television scripts, movie scripts, and things of that nature. And y'all know that's what I do for a living. I am an author. That is my first job and first love outside of YouTube. So I ask that you guys head over to the Zeus Network Instagram page and tag my name under that post. So you just tag at Keisha Irvin, KeishaErvin. Thank you guys so much for helping me out. Now let's get into this review. The episode picks up where we left off last week with Nell getting very angry and frustrated with her son, Chris Jr. So Chris's daughter, Alexis, tries to jump into the conversation, and Nell was like, Alexis, shut the hell up. Which wasn't right. It was not right for her to speak to that girl like that. You know what I'm saying? She was tripping. So her son, Lance, then confronts his little brother, Chris, about when he hired him to work for his company, how he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. And Chris was like, well, I didn't get my last paycheck. And he was like, you think you're going to get a last paycheck when you was sitting around and had my other employees sitting around, thinking that was okay? Absolutely not. So Nell was like, if it was up to your dad, y'all wouldn't have nothing. All of these expensive cars y'all driving. And baby, Alexis, Chris's, daughter, brings up how everybody got a luxury car growing up except for her. She said that she had to save up like $1,500 or something like that and end up getting a hoopty. And Chris and Nell say that isn't true. Like, they helped her with a car. And Alexis was like, I've always gotten treated differently. I've gone years without talking to y'all. And Kayla jumps into the conversation. Now, this is Chris and Nell's daughter together. She jumps into the conversation, was like, that was your choice. You blocked all of us. You were in a different household and you chose to get mad over certain things. Lance says you have a woe is me thing with you. And Alexis was like, because I've been treated differently in this family. When was the last time I saw y'all? Have I ever gone on a family vacation with you guys? Have I ever been invited on a family vacation with you all? And Lance was like, you most certainly have. And Lexi was like, the last 2 vacations y'all went, I wasn't invited. And then she says that it was one of those trips. It was like their employees, trip. And she wasn't even invited to that. Like, y'all employees got invited on a trip and your own daughter didn't. So Nell was like, well, it was, employees appreciation trip, and that no, she didn't invite her because they weren't speaking at the time because Alexis had cursed Nell out. And Lexi was like, you guys were barely at my wedding, and all the family members were like, we were barely invited, like, cause we weren't speaking then. So Lexi was like, if you guys are gonna lie, I will effing leave. And Nell was like, you know what? Don't disrespect me at my table. And she pounds her hands on the table. Lexi was like, bye, you guys are a-holes. And Nell was like, well, it takes one to know one. And Lexi said, yeah, whatever, y'all can kiss my A. And Nell says, well, kiss mine. And Lexi says, kiss my A. And Lance jumps in and was like, and this is exactly why your A is never around. And then Kayla says, make sure you block me, B. And everybody at the table was saying this is how she acts every time they invite her over for dinner. Like, she always starting stuff, bringing up old stuff, accusing them of not being there, accusing them of not doing nothing for her. And it's just simply not true. Now, when the whole family saying this, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like they're all biologically brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Chris had Alexis when he came into the relationship with Nell, and Nell had her son Lance. They then had 2 children together, Kayla and Chris Jr., and she's taking care and raising her niece KeKe. So even Nell's son Lance is like, yo, you are part of the problem. Like, you always starting stuff, you negative, like, we do try to reach out to you, you always got an attitude, you always blocking us. So if everybody in the family is saying this about you, including your own father, then I'm more gonna lean towards the fact that they're telling the truth about you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't think that it was right for Nell to tell her to shut the hell up or whatever. I don't think that was correct at all. But I really don't think that Lex is telling them, to kiss her and all of this stuff. Like, this still your parents that you talking to at the end of the day. And Nell said that she's been in Alexis' life since she was like 16 months. So this ain't nothing, a situation where she came into this girl life when she was like 10, 12 or in her teens. Like, she's literally been there since you were practically born. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just very sad and unfortunate that she's like the black sheep of the family. I don't know if it's because she's actually making herself that way, but she does seem very combative. She really honestly does. And it doesn't seem like she wants to listen to what anybody else has to say. So Chris in his confessional says, as painful as it is to hear, I'm still going to love her. She's still our child. And baby Nell said, and I have to respect that for you. Nell tired of being cussed out, child. And Nell has said repeatedly on last week's episode and this week's episode that she's always taking the fall for everything and the blame for everything. And she's tired of that. So I can get why she's so frustrated and always going from 0 to 100 when it's like she's good cop, bad cop. He's the good cop, she's the bad cop, and she gets blamed for everything with their children together, their children separately. Everything always falls on her. And I know that has to be hard, you know what I'm saying, to feel like your kids favor one parent more than the other. So Chris goes outside. No, wait a minute, before I even go to that, I do think that that comment was shady, though, when she said to Chris in the confessional that I have to respect that for you. You know what I'm saying? Because then it makes me, be compassionate towards Alexia, because once again, it's like you showing that there is a separation there, but maybe it's because the girl is always being disrespectful to Nell and this, that, and the third. But I just don't think that was a right comment for her to make, especially on camera. Like, girl, this is just going to be another thing she going to add on the list of why she feel like she's outcasted and blames you for it. So Chris goes outside to talk to his daughter, her and her husband in the car. Now, mind you, her and the husband got a really nice little white truck and everything. Her husband, a little white boy, look like Opie or whatever. He ain't say nothing, not the whole time, child. So Lexi goes on to say that all of her siblings got luxury cars as teens and she didn't, and that she will come down there and set their house on fire. Now, I was like, now, wait a minute. Now I see why Neil was like, okay, I'm good on you. Because what? Why would you threaten to burn your family house down? Like, that's a bit drastic. Like, huh? So, yeah, she seemed a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to me. Like, everything ain't coagulating. All the screws ain't tightened. So, Chris was like, we've never mistreated you, and the only thing you're talking about is a car. Like, that's literally the only thing that she keep on bringing up is a car. So, I would like for them to do a experiment. Buy her a car. And see if she shut up then. Because if she's still complaining after that, then it was never about the car. It's about something else. So, Lexi was like, so you're going to sit here and say you were always there for me? And Chris was like, no, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that those were difficult times in my life that I couldn't be. Now, I don't know what them difficult times were. I need more context of why he was not there for his daughter her entire life, which is not right. You know, I don't know if the mama was keeping her from him. I don't know, but we need to find out answers to why he wasn't there for her for whatever period of time. So, Lexi says, my entire life was a difficult time in your life. And Chris was like, don't sit here and say that. Now you're lying, Lexi. And Lexi was like, you haven't tried to be there for me until I was, 28? And that's when Chris got mad. Now, Chris is a very even-tempered, mild-mannered man. Like, he just sit back and don't say much or nothing. But when she said that, honey, he got mad. And Chris was like, oh, my God, now you're telling an effing lie. Now you're pissing me off. He said, no, you're an effing lie. Go to F on. He said, go to F on. He was done with her. But baby, honey, I didn't know Chris and Nell house was that huge. Like, they got money, okay? They are living in a private estate. I said, come on, Fletchers. But yeah, I was like, Carlos, why have you not tapped into the Fletchers before this? Now, I did watch a little bit of their interview with Carlos tonight, and they said that, that Nell said that she was the one that had backed out of them filming, I think about last season or something like that. But I'm glad she changed her mind, honey, because this family, honey, is a mess. And this is what is missing, I feel like, from this cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, that familial base where you see a family going through things and how they can work on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's good. And I think that the Fletchers should replace Tiffany and Louis next season. I think that their time is up on this show. We've had enough of them. The Fletchers is where it's at. They made for great television. So Courtney and Stormy sitting down talking, and he tells her that he brought back her cousin that she fired last season. And she looking like, I know you got to be kidding me when I just sat up here and had a whole conversation with you about how I talked to my business partner about how we almost lost it all. We got ourselves back on track, and how we not going to keep backtracking, hiring people that, aren't doing what they supposed to do. Like, the fuck? And even in her confession, she was like, how you going to hire back my cousin? Like, and not consult me. But in the end, she ends up telling him, I'm gonna back you like you back me, and I'm gonna trust that everything work out. If it don't, it's on you to handle it. I'm sorry, I would have flat out said no, he not coming back. I don't care what you say, because at the end of the day, this is my business. No, he's not coming back, because she has to learn how to set boundaries with people, and you can't hire everybody that I think that that was a bad decision. I really honestly do. So Martel finally moved out them people house, child, and then he do it in the middle of the night. He say that was the only time he get somebody to help him. Lies, but okay, you creeped on up out of there, honey, because you probably didn't want to pay something. So mind you, it took him 8 months to move out them people house. So the house that he's in is actually that house that he was in a week or two ago when him and Ariane went live. So that's his new home. I guess that they living together in, or co-renting together, child. I don't know, but that's the house, child. So Mel talks with her bestie Brittany about why she wasn't at her name changing ceremony. And she says that she's known Brittany ever since college. She's been around ever since then. And Brittany was like, I had an engagement prior. I told you I wasn't going to be able to come. She was like, how can I make it up to you? And so Mel was like, you can help me find a new boo thing. And so Brittany was like, well, we not going to look around here for him. And Mel said, I was thinking this might be international vagina, honey. We can go abroad. Child, that was so funny to me that we would hear Mel say something like that. Because, she's always very conservative and very cautious of what she says. Like, we don't really ever get to see Mel just letting loose and having fun and being genuine. And I really like this scene because we really got to see another side of her. Like, she was loose, carefree, giddy, cracking jokes and everything. And I wish that we could see more sides of her like this. You know what I'm saying? Where she letting her hair down, not worrying about what she's saying or the cameras. This was a really good scene for Mel. And this has been a really good season for her too as well. So Nell and Chris talk at in Nell's office at the daycare, I believe. And they talk about the dinner from hell, child, and what needs to happen. She's basically was like, she's tired of, Lexi talking to her any kind of way, to other kids, and how she's, carrying a lot on her shoulders because she got all of these different hats that she's wearing. And Chris says that he's texted with their son Chris Jr., but they haven't physically spoken. And she says that she's texted him, called him multiple times, and he will not answer for her because he mad that she want her money. And I'm like, how you mad that I want my money, child? I know you lying. Yeah, he real spoiled because ain't no way you gonna not answer my phone calls after everything I done did for you, baby. You'll never see these dogs again, and you'll never see me neither. So she brings up to her husband how KeKe, her niece, said that she's not the easiest person to talk to. And Chris, in a very nice, very, what's the word I'm looking for? In a very cautious way, agreed with KeKe. Like, yeah, I'm a little bit more laid back with mine. You tend to go, real 730 on these kids real quick. And Elle was like, well, I'm not you. Yeah, I do click off. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, I get tired because I'm always telling them beforehand when something is going to go wrong, and they go ahead and do it anyway and then want to come running to me for help pretty much. And I'm tired of that. And Chris was like, well, they do that because they know at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to be mad, you're going to cuss and holler, but you're going to still help. And she was like, well, I'm done helping. Like, I'm done running to their aid and whatever. I feel like Nell talk a good game, but I feel like she's much like me where, yeah, I'm going to cuss you out, yell, do whatever. But my heart just won't allow me to watch somebody suffer. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So, she also goes on to say how she want her money back at the end of the day because she done loaned out a lot of money to these kids. And she says how they'll pay their daddy back, but they won't pay her back. Oh, see, y'all really playing. Y'all really playing. You wouldn't be able to step a foot up in my house. Them cars y'all driving, repoed, I'm taking them back. I'm selling them. I'm doing something because you're not about to play in my face. Absolutely not. No. So Chris suggests that they do family counseling, and you could tell Nell was hurt by that because they're always the one counseling other people and families and couples, but they need help. You know what I'm saying? So she agrees that, yeah, we do need family counseling. And I was like, yeah, y'all most definitely need counseling. So at the end of the episode, Stormy has KeKe over in her guest house, which ain't got no air conditioner on, child. And KeKe over there sweating like a whore in church. And it's not just because it's hot, but because of the methadone medication that she takes makes her sweat too as well. They sit down and talk, and KeKe says that her relationship with Tisha is over, finito, done, finished. Like, you ain't got to worry about that ever again because she's tired at this point. So Stormy tells her that she wants her and Tiffany to talk, and Stormy admits that at first she didn't feel like they beef was really that significant, but after her Tiffany's interview with Carlos, yeah, y'all got smoke at this point because I would be mad. So Tiffany arrives with her cornrows, honey, and her baby. Gonna bring that baby to protect her. KeKe Thompson, there she go. Let's go. Oh, there's a baby. Like, KeKe was not fazed that you brought that baby as your shield girl. Nah, you want to talk shit. You want to, like, yeah, she was ready to set it off in this mug on some Boosie Bad, Overall, this was a good episode. I believe that the first half with the Fletchers was the strongest part of the episode, but it was still a good episode. Overall, I'm going to give it a B-. Yeah. So y'all, please head over to the Zeus Network Instagram page once again and tag me in their Zeus scripted post. And my tag is at Keisha Irvin, KeishaErvin. Please tag me in that post so we can get me some shows over there on Zeus. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.